Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack. Being at our best, man, we building esteem of self through thinking. Can you dig it? Hope everybody having a beautiful morning, man. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button. Can you dig it? And guys, like the title says, you have to learn how to put pressure on your children. What you mean, Coach One Stack? Well, there's a famous quote. Give a man a fish, he eats for one day. Teach a man how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. Which will lead me to the next story. Let me tell you about how the eagle learns how to fly. And that will equate to this title. Well, you have the mother eagle and the baby eagle sitting in the nest. So what happens is one day, the mother eagle leaves the nest and she comes back with some food and she feeds the baby eagle. He's eating, right? Baby eagle hungry. But this is how an eagle really learns how to fly, guys. So then a couple days later, what the mama eagle does is she leaves the nest and she comes back and she only has food for herself. You following me? She only has food for herself when she comes back to the nest this time. So the baby eagle's like, well, dang, I don't have nothing to eat. Now they're getting the picture. See what I'm saying? So what happens a couple days after that is the mama eagle leaves. She comes back, right? She comes back. She comes to the nest with her food to eat. And not only does she not feed her baby, she tips her baby out of the nest. She knocks him out of the nest. Now, the eagle has two choices at this point, the baby eagle. They're a little bit confused. They're a little bit disoriented. But you remember, they got wings. An eagle has an 8-foot wingspan. The eagle has wings. So that while that baby's falling, pretty soon, they're either going to fall or they're going to spread their wings and they're going to fly. And as you see, the baby eagle learns how to fly at this point. But if that mother bird never came to the nest and not fed her baby eagle, right? To give him the idea of, well, I'm hungry. I need to eat. I need some responsibilities. If that mother bird had never given that baby some type of responsibilities, which was going out and feeding itself, which can equate to this life in a whole lot of ways, as you're going to find out. If she had never knocked him out of the nest and forced him to either fly or fall on his face, he would never have learned how to fly, man, to become the great eagle that he is and soar and be the only bird that can fly 1 mile in the sky, guys. Can I get an amen? Now, some of you parents out there, man, you guys have this same problem. You are not pushing your child out of the nest quick enough. You are enabling your child to do the things that they do. You've been taking care of them, right? You've never given them any type of responsibilities in this world. Any type of responsibilities in this world. You have never pushed them out of the nest and forced them to fly. And why should they? If everything is given to you, why should you ever want anything of your own? Case in point, guys, I got a cousin, man. I got a cousin that's, he's about 41 years old. He's about 41 years old. He has never had his own place before. Never, ever had his own place. He has never left his parents' house. He has never left his parents' house. He's never had his own key to walk into his own place, to have a woman come over and say, hey, this is my place. It's never happened, and it probably never will, because at age 40, it ain't gonna happen. Most of us leave when we late teenagers or in our early 20s because we want more for ourselves. But it will never happen. And so now what does that create? These are the type of men that get involved in relationship with you women, and they want you to be their mother instead of their woman, because that's how they was raised at home. That's why it's so important to show your child some type of tough love, because you're getting them ready for the world. You're teaching them how to fly. You're teaching them how to hunt. It's not going to kill them. It's not going to kill them. Like I told you before, sometimes you have to put yourself into a suffering type situation to see what you're made out of. And if you're not willing to put yourself in that situation, the powers that be, being your parents, starting off at a very young age, should put you in these situations so that you learn how to eat for yourself. You learn how to take care of yourself. You learn how to take care of your responsibilities for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if parents are gone, what are we going to do? You're setting your kids up for failure. But guys, a lot of you guys need to push the kid out the nest, boy or girl. Like the mama eagle did, you forced them to fly. Case in point, another case in point. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was talking about how his child support over the years was raised. Like, you know, every time he got a raise, you know, he got a raise, that his child's mother would ask for more money for child support. And a lot of you guys can relate to that, man. You know, I can relate to it. So a good friend of mine was telling me about how every time he got a job, his child's mother would ask for a raise in child support. Well, yeah, it seemed bad at the time, but then something clicked. By her doing that, putting that pressure on him, that forced him to step his game up and be better. You see the gem in all of this? It's always a gem in every situation that you might think is negative, that you might think is bad. It's really just a blessing if you choose to accept it. So every time he got a raise, it forced him to get a better job and a better job and a better job and a better job and a better job, and keep him way up here instead of being way down there. See, that's that intentional pressure I'm talking about. See, in that situation, it was his child's mother who pushed him out of the nest and forced him to fly. Can you dig it? See, I've been getting up, man, doing me since I was 4 years old. 4 years old, man. Getting up on my own. Parents had my clothes laid out for me. Get up. Fix my little bowl of cereal. Wasn't no digital clocks. Couldn't tell time. When the big hand gets here and the little hand gets here, turn the TV off, lock the door, and go to school. That's at 4 years old. Mom had to be to work at around like 7 in the morning. Dad wasn't coming home from work until 9 in the morning. I was by myself. I had to learn how to fly at an early age. And how did that equate in my life? I've always been independent. I don't need anybody to do anything for me. I never need anybody to cook for me, to clean for me, to wash my clothes, to take care of any of my personal stuff, because I could do it. I learned how to hunt on my own at a very young age. And when you have that type of feeling about yourself, you have different options in life. You don't have to take no BS that people are putting down. You don't need nobody, man, to do these little menial things for you, because, guys, a woman will get in her feelings and talk about what she ain't gonna do for you. She'll talk about, oh, well, you could do this yourself. But the thing is, who you think was doing it before you came? That's why it's important, guys, for you to push your children out of the nest, boys and girls. Push them out of the nest as early as possible and teach them how to fly. Teach them how to hunt, because it's only going to create the best version of them. Or you can have a 40 or 50-year-old, sitting at your house, doing nothing, looking at you all day, and you have never lived your life to capacity, because, damn, you got a 40, 50-year-old at home. I'm sure you don't have any relationship unless it's their father or their mother. Yeah, God, I mean, it's deep. It's very, very deep. I was watching the Kevin Samuels video yesterday. And it was a caller who called in. And he was like, I don't know, 27, 28. And he was calling in to ask some questions about dating to Kevin Samuels. Man, when I tell you, Kevin Samuels lit him up. He said, hold up. Ain't you the dude that called me the other day on my live show? And aren't you the dude that's still living at home with your dad? And you aren't you the guy that's still living at home with your dad? And he's like, well, yeah. He said, well, the thing is, why do you have all this time to spend on YouTube and call in on my show? And you should be, becoming the best version of yourself. And this man had every excuse up under the sun. Kevin Samuels asked me, he said, man, how much money did you make today? He was like $90. He said, well, how come you still ain't at work? He said, if you take $90 times 5, that's $500 a week. Will that afford you to get to where you need to get in life? Will that afford you to even get your own place to live? And he said, no. He said, then why are you even on the phone with me? See, because his dad was enabling him. Very good video. I wish I could learn how to do reaction videos. I will post it. But very good video. He said, well, why are you even on this? Why are you even on this show? Why are you even taking time out to call me? You should be doing something else to get yourself better, to get your stuff in order, to stop making excuses, to get you right. And then when you get you right, then you got time to do all this stuff. And Kevin Samuels went on to say, hey, man, who I need to be talking to is your father, the one who's enabling you to do this kind of stuff. So, guys, it's very important, man. I know it's really hard. I'm a parent. You guys are parents. Some of you guys have been enabled. It's all good because you could change that. Like I said, it's nothing personal with Coach One Stack, man. I just want you guys to be the best version of yourself. But, guys, I don't care how hard it is, man. Push your kids out of that nest as early as possible and force them to fly. Put some responsibilities on them as early on in life as you can so they can be the best version of themselves so they don't grow up sorry. Period, point blank. Other than that, man, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And be great. God bless you. Jesus loves you. One Stack love you. And build your esteem of yourself through thinking. Have a beautiful morning. Church.